Hi everyone, this is Old Super 17 here. Let me get through this like usual. On this picture, non-paid video. Alright, okay. So, I had this brilliant idea, kind of, last week, and it was while I was working on some schoolwork. And, the entire reason why is I didn't really couldn't work on my schoolwork very much is because of, well, we had a rainstorm Wednesday and something like power run out until Sunday, and I've been trying to focus on getting my schoolwork done, but some stuff happened on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I tried to, and I couldn't. So I kind of just tried to do yesterday. Yesterday basically some of my schoolwork, that was it. Tonight I'm going to be working on it. So this video is going to come out while I'm working, but this is a what if Deku had a glow up. If you guys are wondering, why does it look like Goro? I think, why not give the My Hero Academia universe this? Alright? No, Goro's technically is gonna be Hasashi, Goro, Midoriya. So, I just thought, why not kind of make him, look like his father, his glow up, basically. For some reason, Izuku's hair was basically, it's gonna be kind of like his father's, but a little bit shorter, basically, And I hope you guys are gonna like this, because I thought this for a while, and I was like, you know what? Let's just see what you guys like. If you guys like this may be a one shot. I don't know. There's gonna be a female Todoroki, basically, Shoto Todoroki. It's gonna be female, so it's gonna be Shoka. They would be going to the same school as Izuku. And yes, there are a lot of glow up Dekus, what ifs, but their text story, yes, I kind of did see this as a, as one, but it's like, why not just make it like, why not? Why not just make a what if of it? But change the whole entire premise around. Todoroki, is dating the male version of Momo, which is, Manzu. Yeah, Manzu. Because Momo, I just say like Manzu. And Kirishima is naming Bakugo's twin sister, which is Katsumi Bakugo. Yes, so you see, they always have both of these guys be jerks to him, and everyone beats him up and such. Yes, in middle school, only those four know each other. Bakugo did bully Zuko as a kid, but that hurt something that you will see. Well, I will tell you a few minutes from now. And then they were friends, not because of he finds out. I mean, he will feel bad, but he realizes that Izuku doesn't just be nice to look down on people. He helps out because he generally wants to help out. So yeah, so Bakugo, nice. Sister, jerk. Bakugo goes to a different school. Araka's, yeah, Bakugo, Araka are dated. Izuku will also have a childhood friend, but she moved away, which, you know how I said I always wanted to find a way how to put 02 into My Hero Academia universe? I found out a way how to. Basically, I will explain this about this real quick. 02 will have another name, but that's going to be her hero name. So, I'm just going to call her basically. Oh, well, I'm figuring out a name for it now, but her nickname was 02. For some reason, she liked 0, and, well, everything she always had was always in 2. So Deku gave her that nickname, and she liked it. So yeah, her parents basically were scientists. They kind of wanted to be like their daughter's quirk was killing. Well, their daughter's quirk was killing her. Basically, then they found a way how to save her. They played God a little bit, not gonna lie. And it's kind of like it's their daughter, but it's not really their daughter. How can I say this? You know how All for One's quirk basically gives its will to people? Basically, it's like that, but her quirk became a physical manifestation of everything she was, and also the quirk itself. So basically, her quirk was called Demon. She would, have these red horns, but her also skin would turn red and, keep it that way. So I just thought, why not just, have that in, be like that. So yeah, that's how it happened. But, she got bullied, they didn't move. Izuku does have a quirk, his father. Anyways, enough of me talking about that. Let's just get into the story. So, anyways, on with it. So, this is what Deku had a glow up. Part 1. Maybe one shot. So, yeah, anyways. So, Izuku Midoriya found out from a quirk doctor in the hospital that he was quirkless. And, well, for many, many years until the age of, well, for a year, actually, I would make it, he was bullied by his best friend, Bakugo Katsuki, and Katsumi Bakugo. Or Bakugo Katsumi. Basically, they bullied him because he was quirkless, and the parents did not know. So, one day, basically, Izuku was outside, and Katsumi was bullying Izuku, and I'm not gonna say how, but kind of verbally and, push him around, such like play fighting, but really was just bullying. So basically, Inko and Mitsuki are talking, and Mitsuki says, "It's been so long since he died, hasn't it?" She does nod. It was Hasashi's. Only Hasashi was around. He'll be able to help out Izuku to understand why he's quirkless. He had exactly the same problem at first too. And Mitsuki nods, and Bakugo was turning around the corner when he heard that, and he's like, "Wait, what?" Because his quirk was hidden, dormant. I don't know. Yes, he got his father's quirk. And Mitsuki just nods, and he goes, "Technically, his quirk is strong, but it's more like a mutation / passive, right? It only works because of his will. The more will he has, the stronger he'll become in a fight. And maybe even give him permanently that permanent strength that he was using to, actually be his own strength by, I don't know, 50% of it." Which Inko laughs because, my husband always was a monster. Which, yes, basically, Hasashi in this one was Goro, but, like I said, he looks like this. So Zuko will definitely look like this. But with green hair, black and, silver hair, basically. I just don't know why. I think it'll look better. So anyways, so Bakugo hearing this, he goes out, and, he passes Inko and Mitsuki, and basically, he goes outside, he sees Katsumi walking back, and she just goes, "It's no fun no more. I'll get bored. I'll be in my room." So, Bakugo nods. So when he goes over to Izuku just crying and sniffling, and when Bakugo holds out his hand, Izuku does flinch, and Bakugo feels guilt. So he just tells him, grab my hand, Izuku," which Bakugo, saying this kind of like face that just says guilt all over. So Deku's shot, and he does take his hand. He's like, "Let's go talk to your mom. I heard something you need to know." So they go back in. Katsumi's upstairs. She won't notice or ever hear this. And basically, Inko and Mitsuki Inko saw her son. She was like, "Izuku, what?" And basically goes, "Auntie Inko, what about, Uncle Hasashi's quirk that was dormant?" Which they're kind of shocked. And then basically Mitsuki says, "Hey, Brat, did you?" He goes, "Yeah, I overheard. Now tell Izuku. He needs to know." Which, that kind of shocked them both because he always had Deku, even when around them. So, Inko explains Hasashi's quirk. His quirk was... Hold on, because I'm kind of making this a quirk for Goro... Hasashi Goro Midoriya. I know I'm going to say this wrong probably, but in Dama Topo Will, basically. She explained it how, no matter how strong the opponent was, his will to never give up was always so strong, he basically fought to the brink of death multiple times, and his quirk is technically a mutation because it affects his body, she says. And Suzuka's like, "Wait, that's quirk was dormant?" And she goes, "Mm-hmm. It was dormant until he was a teenager, you see. It probably was having the same thing with you, but he did tell me one time that there's always something added onto it which Izuku's like, huh? So she just says the quirk itself is strong only for the user, but here's the thing. I mean, because it affects your body and such, and mutations are like that. It's pretty much good. You just have to train yourself, and yeah, and is basically she is it's gonna be hard though for you sometimes. Which Suzuku nods, but yeah. So what's the added thing though? Which she's curious to Mabako. She goes, you will get some sort of aura around you. It's like, how can I say this? It will represent what your soul is like. Which Izuku like, huh? It's like, it's like what you really are, Izuku. We don't know. I mean, we don't know when it's gonna happen. But hold on, everyone. Sorry. Okay, sorry. My mom just called me for dinner night. But anyway, so as I was saying, which I kind of forget where I left off. Okay, so Izuku about his dad's quirk and all that, mutation, really just affects his body and such, training. Okay. Alright, so basically, she just goes on to tell him about, his fucking father on. Excuse me. So basically, Izuku's like shocked, and well, she did say about how there was this place that he went to find out if he actually had a quirk really, because he was determined not to like believe in it. Not desperate, but his teacher, which Izuku was like, huh? Teacher? Mom? Who was Dad's teacher? He was like, oh, he's, so you guys know, basically, Silverfang, or Bang, is in here. Yeah, so basically, his school is basically the same way as in canon, like, the One Punch Man universe, but does that mean I bring One Punch Man characters into this? Every so often, yeah, pretty much. But not truly. Ain't like a crossover. Just saying, like, just one character can be in here, and that's it. Kind of need them, because I think it would be better. Yes, I mean, I have seen this a lot in some Glow Up Deku's, text stories, but anyways, whatever. I just kind of copying this part and then changing some of it, so yeah. Anyways, so basically, Izuku, like, heard about Silverfang when he was when he trained his father, and that he was a pro hero, but gave up after, he reached a good age to retire. And so, Izuku was shocked that even his teacher did not give up on him. So, basically, she goes, I was gonna call him and see if if he knew the place that, your father went to, so basically, Izuku was, like, excited, because, he gets to see if he actually really has a quirk like his father. If it's dormant, maybe his will be too. And so, basically, we go into these, scenario where Inko calls up Bane, or Silverfang, basically, and, he tells her the place. She writes down the address, and, he then proceeds, to tell her that it's an old-looking, basically, like a town hospital, but he's a good person. I go there every so often. And he was like, she goes, alright, see ya. And he goes like, and Ninko, come by bring Izuku as much as you want. I'll be glad to see how he grew up. But she goes, yes, I will, don't worry, Bang. And, basically, she hangs up. She then takes Izuku along with Katsuki, because he wants to see if Izuku actually has one. So basically, she went to this, looks like this old-fashioned, looks like run-down place, kinda. Not really run-down, just on the outside. But then when they get in the inside, it just looks all official. Like, no shady, because she thought it looked kind of shady at first. But then, it's not no more. He's like, so an old man comes out, he goes like, visitors, what do you need? Anything broken? Sick? Fever? I got medicine for that. And she goes, no, I'm just here to get my son's quirk examined. He's like, Ah, who may you be? And she goes, I'm Inka Midoriya. This is my son, Izuku Midoriya. As then his eyes, basically, and his glasses are kind of like not being seen, but they're in shock as he's thinking, just like, wait, Midoriya. Asashi Goro Midoriya. I haven't heard that last name in a long time. And he basically goes, alright, come with me. I know what's happening here. As she was like, really? And he goes, yes. So basically, they get into this like kind of like a lab, but not really. With this huge giant machine that Azuka just has to sit in a chair, put his hands on, just to rest, his arms basically. I mean, to rest and everything. And he was like, "All right, young man, sit right here and we'll get done with the examination real quick. I promise." And basically, he goes, "All right, sir." So he jumps onto the chair and such, and rests his arms, getting comfy. While Inko goes, is this safe?" He goes, basically, he brings down a machine that it's like basically bigger than a Zuku. Basically, it has a cover. Basically, it says, yes, it has invisible magnetic waves that will basically look into your son's basically body to find energy within it. So, in hence terms, we will then see if there is a power within him. A quirk, does not matter if it's dormant or not. This will simply find it and make it shine, so I'm able to see it. Dormant quirks are blue, basically. Well, have a light tint of blue. And when something else is added to it, there's a unique different color to it. It could be green, orange, or even purple. Purple is something else. Um, Basically, if you guys don't know, since I did bring, Bang in here, I am having, Hasashi Core Midoriya to have gone through a monster transformation. That means, um, Goro basically, aka Hasashi, died in combat due to a freaking villain. Guess who? I'm not saying it's all for one, but I am saying it is a villain that died due to the fight with Hasashi. But the reason why is he lost is because before this all happened, a fake hero, which technically was Hasashi's name, well, hero name was Goro, but they also gave him another title, Hero Hunter. Yes, I'm still keeping that. He hunted down fake heroes, and well, he's very, very good at this job to hunt them down. And so, because of this, one of them was kind of a scientist. He was all about I mean, his quirk base was on science, so he made a serum just so it will affect Hasashi, not just him alone and never his kids, because he may be a fake hero, but he still had morals to never harm children, no matter what, at all, or even kill anyone else besides if it's necessary. But he was a fake hero nevertheless. He did take money to look the other way sometimes, and did basically do some bad things. But besides the point, he did have some morals. So he developed this serum that basically when Hasashi busts for the door, he basically shot it at Hasashi. But because I know Hasashi should be able to dodge this because he is Goro, I'm gonna say the gun that the man used was developed by himself to basically shoot a bullet faster than the speed of light. Or, well, the speed of sound, in which then it basically hit him, which Asashi didn't know what, well, he knew he got hit, and he felt weird, but he fought the fake hero, defeated him, gave it to the 40s, and just, well, they saw like something like blood was on him, so they went to the hospital. They took some samples of his blood, in which then they find something weird in him. It's his blood system. Basically, they said we'll monitor this over time, come back in 3 months or so, and over time, they did. Nothing was really happening because his indomitable will, his quirk, was keeping it somewhat not dormant, but slowing down the process. You see, this is how I say this kind of imitation. The more he basically wills himself to do anything, to never give up, to keep going in fights, it doesn't, it doesn't stop it completely, it just slows it down, but it does work its well real fast. So by the time when Hasashi faints right when he's out with Inko, they go to the hospital. they find out that most of his most of his vital organs are nearly out of work, and there's no, I mean, we don't know no cure of this. We've been trying, I mean, we can try to find a way to cure it, but it's going to take a while. So, we just need your blood, and it probably, so, yeah, just his blood and everything, and which they don't know if they asked Inko, has she, been feeling fine or anything? Nothing's been happening. She goes, yes, nothing happened. Nothing's been wrong with me. They take her blood. They only find out it was only Hisashi's, basically blood, and, other organs have been, harmed. So, what happens is, the Hero Association, basically, if you hear about the Hero Commission, the Hero Association, that was in ruins, kind of. They gave it to the Hero Commission, basically in My Hero Academia. They were around, monsters were around, but they were long gone. They had this basically monster cell fruit that they would use in One Punch Man to turn them, like humans, into monsters. They basically put that in. There was only one left. They made it into liquid form, and well, let's just say they needed Hisashi alive because a crisis was happening at that time. So they gave him the monster cell, liquid to serum or liquid to drink, and he drank it, and well, he was able to be better. So he was able to do a lot more hero work only for 10 months. But during those 10 months, basically Zuko came to be. Not like he was born, but he was. You know what I mean. If you don't, then okay. So, basically, that, is also going to affect Izuku's quirk. Hisashi died in a fight. He went full on transformation monster mode like Goro would go into, but the monster form kind of was only like a shell. It cracked, and everyone saw Hisashi died, fighting with a smile on his face. He died until just to basically end this villain's fight. I mean, this villain, basically the second strongest villain in Japan / could have been in the world. Hisashi Goro Midoriya killed. There was no choice. He did hurt a lot of people. So yeah. So that's why Hisashi was kind of remembered as one of the great heroes. So anyway, so basically, when this old man's looking at the machine, he basically sees there's some, how can I say this? There's not a computer that will show him, but he has to actually look. It's like, he basically kind of sees where the, part of the machine that comes down, and basically a panel of shoot the electric invisible waves into his body that will not harm him at all. Basically, there's like a little camera, camera on there, and he can see right through that. And which it shows a little light coming off of Izuku, and basically it's a light blue with a purple tint. It has a light blue tint, but also purple in it, which is shocking towards the doctor. But technically speaking, the only reason why that Hisashi was able to drink the monster cells was because of this. So because of this doctor. So I mean, he would know, and well, he's shocked by it. He just says, "Your son has a quirk," and which Inko shot, Bakugo shot, and they explained that it's the same one like his father's, but a little bit different. As he looks at Inko, and Inko nods. Bakugo's feeling like crap. So as a kid, he apologizes. Alright, and basically, Izuku and Bakugo become close friends after that. Katsumi never understood. So basically, many years later, in middle school, he met two true friends. And, well, technically Mina would be in here, but, she transferred to a different school. But she never bullied Izuku. So basically, Kirishima, and, like I said, Manzu, or female Momo. I don't know why I just thought of this random freaking name in my head when I thought about it. So Manzu, Yarozu are his friends. Hiroshima is dating Katsumi. And like I said, Manzu and Yarozu is dating Todoroki Shoka. So we kind of go like the day goes normal for Zuko. Hiroshima and Manzu say, hey, they'll be right back. Next thing you know, he gets bullied by, well, Katsumi and Shoka. So, well, after everything, she takes the place of Bakugo when saying the whole entire phrase to it. She did to Izuku. He did what Bakugo said to Izuku. And this kind of broke, because we have a little bit of flashback where the doctor says the only way for him to awaken is through a strong emotion. Basically anything negative. And then his quirk will awaken. And so, because of this his pure hatred towards these two, he basically scared them slowly and just tells them to shut up. Which they're just like, what? And he goes, shut up already. You're both annoying. And which, for some reason, when he gets up, he basically is like slouching over, his hands, not hands, his arms are dangling, and he just looks at them like they're gonna die. Basically, he just wants them dead, which he does. He does. And that's just, scaring them for some reason they don't understand. And they're like, what's going on? Why are we afraid? And everyone in the classroom is feeling this. Like, it's even affecting 2 other classrooms. Basically, this overwhelming feeling of dread and death in the air as people are starting to see something come around Izuku, but taking form. Basically, it looks like what you see in the picture, with the hair and stuff, and just, well, not, it doesn't look human anymore to them. As then, basically, Izuku just somehow moving his body back up, going to his bag, picking it up, puts it around his shoulder, and walks past them. And all the while, he looked at them like they were just nothing to him. Yes, we kind of made this Deku a little bit freaking maybe savage or, I don't know, sassy. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to figure it out. But basically, he's just going to be not cocky, but also basically not really nice to some people. So yeah, so basically, he's walking out of school. And the thing is, though, he gets out his cell phone, and he basically knows about the teacher. If you're thinking, his father teacher, if you're thinking, did he train with him at all? The thing was, though, no matter how much he trained, his body was never really, it was getting strong, but it wasn't, changing. So basically, Zuko was weak and looking frail, but somehow he was always still durable. No one understood how, not even Katsumi or Shoka. So yeah. So basically, he calls up his, he basically calls up his sensei, Bon, not Bon, Bang. He goes, hey, sensei, guess what happened? He was like, Zuko, what happened? I unlocked my quirk, he says. I'm coming by the dojo. I'll text my mom and say, get me coming there. Maybe it's been a couple of days, alright? Basically, his teacher, Bane, dyslexia. Anyways, Bane says, alright, just be careful on your way here. He's like, alright, I will. So basically, he's walking over. So basically, the Sludgeon attack happens to some random kid, and the random kid gets saved by All Might. So, what happens to Izuku? He gets over to the dojo, and basically, it was kind of a little bit of a trip, but not really. It was far from his home, but hey, he was able to get there. So basically, he gets in, he goes, Sensei, I'm back. And there's some students that were there that are friends of him, just no names right now, or at all. They see Izuku, all beat up and bloodied. For some reason, he's just coming in like it's fine. At which Bane just says, he says, you look like crap. And he was like, I know, I feel like it. Anyways, let's start getting training. I want to get stronger right away. In which, Bang, basically, not. And for the next 10 months, Izuku learns everything. His physical ability, because of his quirk, increased a lot. His his hair has always been black and silver. You know, he gets the black he gets the black hair, well, the black green hair, well, the black part from the black hair part from his mom, because she always has, I mean, guess dark green, but I don't understand, like, basically Izuku basically has black and, well, I guess it's all green hair, but it looks like black or just a very dark green. So, but I'm saying Inko's hair is black and green, and basically Izuku's is black and silver because it's a combination of both parents. So yeah, anyway, so Izuku trains like crazy. If you're wondering about Kirishima and Manzu, aka Yarozu, Momo, male version, male Momo, they came back to the class, and what happened? Izuku just suddenly left, didn't text them, they had no contact. Basically, they asked one of the people, they say, Katsumi just told Izuku to. Kirishima goes, what did she say? Because they didn't know he was going to bully, because he did hit it. He hit it pretty well, actually. See, they were friends from the first day of middle school, so as soon as they heard what Katsumi said, immediately walked the freak out. He walked the freak out. Nice Kirishima, no more to her. No more, nice Kirishima to basically her at all. He just legit looked at her and says, "We're done," and that was it. And basically, he looks at his girlfriend, Manzu. Manzu basically looks at his girlfriend, Shoka, and asks, "Did you not even help him?" Which, basically, she was always friendly around him, so she thought, they were friends. And one of the guys says, "Nah, she also bullied him too for multiple years," which they kind of knew each other since, well, before middle school, like 2 years before middle school, they knew each other, which. Like, Monzo just done. Again, like, he's done. He valued his friendship more than his girlfriend because of one thing. Izuku was always looking frail but very durable, and basically, they always were worried about his safety. Because he always had marks of freaking, bruises and such. Heck, even burn marks. And ice burn marks, basically. But they didn't think it was their girlfriend. Some, they didn't think there was a girlfriends because some of them do have some fire quirks in the school, some ice quirks. So they thought it was some random people that were doing this to him, not their girlfriends. So, oh yeah, by the way, since Katsumi is the twin brother of Bakugo, she does have the same type of explosion quirk, which is on par with Bakugo's, but not in physical strength. Wise, she is technically weakened. Not because of this, but Bakugo has focused more on his physical body because of Izuku. Because he also trains on the dojo with Bang. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna give freaking Bakugo nothing. I'm getting freaking martial arts skills to keep up with Izuku. So basically, both of the girlfriends were shocked about their boyfriends just breaking up with them. So basically, they just say, "Why would you ever freaking care about a quirkless loser?" Kirishima and Manzo just look at them like they were just disgusted, which they never saw their boyfriends looked at them like that. And so Kirishima said that he should have went out with Mina instead. Yeah, I am making these guys being like legit jerks. Of course, it's their friend, they're pissed. Kirishima doesn't mess around with like anything. Like, legit, she did say what Bakugo said in the very first episode of My Hero Academia. If you heard your girlfriend tell your best friend that, yeah, I don't think no one would be, be happy. So yeah, and basically, Manzu just doesn't even say nothing, just walks away with Kirishima, and they have been looking for Izuku. Anyway, so Izuku's quirk and kind of helped his body, get stronger, evolved it basically to mean the same way his father was. And, well, the most funniest thing is, he's way more stronger than his father, Bang says, basically. but he knows also about the monster cells, and well, Izuku didn't remember, well, didn't understand at the time until Bane, told him about it. He was shocked. So he kind of thinks then the quirk and the monster cell must have in turn then fused. He says yes. He was like, okay, so what am I gonna do? Have like transformation abilities or something? And please tell me no. He was like, probably. He's like, why is this like an anime now? So Bane slash actually Bane just shrugs. He goes, I don't know. So yeah, but Bakugo, basically came by to the dojo on nearly, on the 10th month to train because he has been focused on his core color still, but he has come by to train because it was like the only place, that's, well, not the only place, I mean, it's the only place to focus on his martial arts. But when he sees Izuku, basically, hair basically sticking up more, basically, like, it always did stand up anyways, like in front of Izuku, but now it's like kind of in almost a V form, like a smaller one. And he's like, who are you? He's like, Kachan? It's me. Izuku Midoriya? He was like, no, Izuku was, well, I guess frail and weak, but somehow durable. And he was like, I know. Quark awoken. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, yep. How? Basically, Baku just says, and he just says, your sister. Jerk. He's like, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see why. Anyways, so, what I've been doing for the past 10 months. Training, staying here, eat, sleep, train. Non-stop. It's like, spar. Which Izuku just shrugs me like, keep up. It's like, I'll try. So basically, Bakugo gets his beat basically his ass beat, basically. And it almost looks like Izuku was about to kill him, but he does stop. And he's like, sorry about that. I kind of got into it. Which Bakugo's like, yeah, into it. Ugh, my body hurts. As he falls forward. He goes, ouch. Need me call your girlfriend? It's like, sure. Yeah. And he's like, basically, he somehow had to grab his phone and give it to Izuku. So basically, he just calls up. He goes, yo, Ochako, Uraka. Izuku Midoriya. I know my voice probably changed, but hey, your boyfriend's at the dojo. Yes, Soulfriend's dojo. We kind of have a spar, and he can't walk right now. His legs aren't broken. He's just tired and bruised up, from my punches. So, come help him. She basically says she's on her way. He hangs up. He gives him back the phone. And then, well, not even 30 minutes later, Ochako Uraka arrives and helps out, Bakugo. And so she asks, like, wait, who are you? After, she helped him, get to a place to sit down and, help banish him. He is Izuku Midoriya. She recognized the voice. She goes, wow, you change. I know. Anyways, my train's been done for quite a while. Sensei's out right now. I mean, well, I actually call him Gramps, but whatever. So then Silverfang comes back. He's like, Izuku, you're still here training? He's like, yeah, Gramps, I'm still here. He's like, I told you, you're done for the 5th month. You just stayed here training unnecessarily. Which Baku's like, wait, 5 months ago you were done? I was like, yep. Anyways, I'm leaving now. After I take a shower, so he does that. He leaves. He says bye to Silverfang. He was like, bye, Gramps. Bye, Katsuki. I mean, not bye, Katsuki. Bye, Kachan. And Uraka. And he just walks out. Bakugo's like, he got stronger. A lot stronger. I tried to use my quirk. And he didn't even go flying. Which Silverfang chuckles. He was like, oh, anytime he's in a fight, that boy always seems to be way more serious. He's like his father. His will is unbreakable. And, well, basically, Bakugo just said, man, that quirk name does come in handy. I mean, indomitable will, indomitable monster will. It it does speak for itself, which Ochako nods, and they're all smiling. So Izuku's walking by, just enjoying his day, thinking to himself, probably should call, mm, you know, Manzu and Jiro. Well, actually, I'm just gonna say Kirishima anyways. But then Kirishima. So he, texted them at the usual spot to meet, and on his way there, basically just a coffee shop. So basically, on his way there, he kind of meets somebody. He kind of meets basically a girl who's just walking around, basically not even paying attention, and well, she, how can I say, she bumps into him basically, and but before she falls, Suzuki catches her. Ow! I just my arm crack. Yeah, he catches her by the wrist, and he goes, "Whoa!" He almost fell there, and basically make sure she's standing up straight. She goes, "Sorry about that." Um, when she looks at Zuko, she is kind of shocked, but she does then remember something. She remembers the hair, because Zuko all his life had silver and black hair. She goes, "Is Zuko?" He goes, huh? Who are? She is wearing a hat, so she takes off the hat, and he was like, "Wait, 02?" She goes, "Mm-hmm," and she puts it back on. She goes, because she looks like actual 02's look. Basically human pink hair. Horns only. Because she's wearing a hat, it's covered, and just regular clothing. He was like, "Wow, you no red skin no more." He goes, "Mm-hmm." I mean, you know my name already. He was like, "Yeah, yeah, I remember." And let's just say it's a Kami. Why not? 02 is a nickname. It's a Kami. Yeah, let's just say that. Yeah, it's a Kami. So she goes, "How have you been?" It's like, "Oh, Kami, it's been great. I mean, bullying all my life, and then all of a sudden, 10 months ago, my quirk awoken, and it helped out a lot with my training." And she does look up and down, which she just realized you're taller. He was like, he was like, "Yeah." I mean, he's kind of looking down on her a little, but he's like, "Man, I remember you being a little bit taller than me." And he basically says, "And you were teasing me how I was a shorty a little bit." She goes, "Don't tease me." He's like, "Oh, come on, why not? It'd be funny." And then he pets her head, and she's like, "You're teasing me now, aren't you?" He shrugs me, maybe a little. So basically, they chuckle when he says, "I'm about to meet Matsu and Kirishima," in which, well, she goes like, "Wait, I haven't seen them in forever. What about Bakugo?" He was at the dojo after I gave him a beating in training. Well, actually, sparring match. That was fun. She was like, "You became way more violent." He was like, "Yeah, I know. It's my teacher, mom. I said I have my dad's tendency to go a little bit overboard. Hey, I was not even using full strength, so come on." So basically, they go to the calf. Kirishima and Manzu, you know, or Yarozu, male, is yeah, he basically just walks over and he's like, "Sup guys, what's up?" Kirishima was like, who are?" Then basically, he just looks and like, "Really?" But then they see the hair and stuff, and it's like, it was, it was always spiked though, So yeah, so basically like, "Wait, Izuku?" He's like, "Yep. How you like the new me?" I mean, trained like crazy over 5 months, became past Ramses classes, and they're like, "Wait. Does this mean?" "Yep, my training was on with my quirk helped. Basically, I'm 10 times stronger than I once was." Basically, they're both happy. They congratulate him, saying we should celebrate. We were like, yeah, but we gotta study. I mean, well, technically, I was studying while I was training, but anyways, guess who I found? Or should I say, met? Again, after so long since we were like 5. Then Akami goes, well, technically 6. And basically, she takes off the hat, says, "Glad to see you guys again," in which Monzu and Kirishima are just happy, basically. They're like, oh my god, it's great to see you again. Well, we had to all catch up. Oh man, we gotta get the game back together. Kirishima, and uh, then basically, Akami goes like, wait, what about, Katsumi and, Shota? I mean, not Shota. Shoka. And they just stay silent, and Izuku just, like, about that they were dating, and Zuko doesn't know they broke up, and he doesn't say they were bullied, and then he goes, well, Kirishima says, Zuko, let me tell her. So he gives it a quick version. They were bullying him, my ex-girlfriend, which that surprises Zuko, basically told him something, but wasn't really good. It's like to end his life, basically, just to pray for a quirk in the next life, which Akami, aka 02, is shocked. And, well, basically, Rozu, well, Manzu, basically says, I broke up with, well, Shoka. I wasn't dating her since, well, she knew how much I value my friendship with Midoriya. Actually, wait, we're friends for how long? He's like, yeah, old habits, huh? He's like, yeah. He goes, Izuku, I've been friends with Izuku for so long. She knows how I value friendship. And Kirishima nods. Besides, now it explains why you always had those burns and marks on you and, well, ice over you too. And he does nod. He goes like, yeah, but don't worry about me. You're never gonna, ever get, see them with me, or, can't stand them. Ugh. Basically, he goes, so, Kirishima, found anyone better than Katsumi? He goes, yep, pretty much. 5 months ago, I basically met up back with Mina, which he was like, please tell me you confessed. It's like, how did you... Dude, it was obvious that you liked Mina back then. He's like, okay, I did. I just didn't know it yet. It's like, finally! Jeez, Akiko owes me $20 now. He was like, huh? He was like, yeah, me and him made a bet on when you were ever going to confess to her after you broke up with my ex-best friend and your ex-girlfriend. I bet him $20 and it'll take 12 months. He said it'll only take a month. Well, I said anytime in the 12 months, basically. In a year. And basically, Kirishi was like, you bet that much on me? Well, actually, $20 is really 20,000 yen, so... Yeah, basically... Yep. So, they all had a good time. They all catch up. So, the next couple of days, Izuku and Akami, got closer. Friendship-wise, because they're, catching up, they don't know they basically like each other yet, so, yeah. Anyways, so they, get closer together, they laughed, and had memories, and, he showed her his fine techniques, and, basically, it was just shocking to her that how strong he got. See, Izuku studied and trained. He never stopped. He actually went to the gym and trained a lot more. And, he even went to the forest or Deku Beach, which, All Might already was having someone there, which was, I'm gonna say that the quirk won't affect, it can be passed down one more time. So basically, Mirio's okay. Yeah, so Mirio's fine. And that, Zuko was at the beach with Akami. Basically, while they were walking there, he asked, oh yeah, I never asked about your quirk, so do you mind, explaining it all back then? He was like, because it's kind of hard to remember. She goes, alright. My quirk is called Demon. Basically, the red skin form I have, basically, is, it makes me look more demon-like. I basically am stronger in that form. Passive, I do have super strength in my regular form. And I get 2 times boost in that form though. Full adult form though, I get a lot stronger, faster. Anything increases, but I also will have wings. I basically can make a projectile. Um, basically out of my skin cells and that when I'm basically all red. So, and well, I'm basically my senses are keener. I'm able to dodge a lot faster stuff, see a lot farther, and I'm immune to any type of brainwashing. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for me. What about you? It's like, probably just my indomitable monster will, basically, is the only thing I have. It just gives me my. It's like a mutation, basically. Anytime I'm in a fight, the more stronger my opponents are, the more determined I am to keep fighting and keep going. My body will always be ready to keep moving. I won't stop until the fight's finished. And the drawback is, after it's done, it does give me a reduced more pain, so I ignore all the pain that I take in just to keep going. My mom said this is how my father died, but it also was because the more he fought, technically the number two villain of Japan, maybe even the world, he basically was went through a transformation because of monster cells that he had to drink just so he can keep going for the next couple of months before that fight because of a sickness. So yeah. And probably now I have superhuman strength, endurance, speed, reflexes. Um, for some reason, Bane or Gramps made me become immune to poison. Don't know why. Which she's like, wait, what? How? He's like, take a little bit of poison, you get resistance to it. I don't know. It was just I've become resistant to most poisons. And his techniques, man, I am correct come up with my own ones, but that's a little bit of my own secret. So let's get training at this beach. Oh, someone's already training here, and there's only that little bit of trash. So I guess we should go. So Akami just shrugs me like it doesn't really matter. We can hang out. I mean, we have been doing it, but it's been like how many years since we were 6, and we're like 14, almost. Well, Izuku nods and he was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So they kind of had like out. Kirishima and Shoka have been trying to get Shoka has been trying to get Manzu's freaking just to even talk to her. Well, Katsumi's been trying to get Kirishima to even answer a text message or calls and stuff, but she doesn't even know he's with another girl. Basically, he did end it, so he did delete her number and stuff. No, and eventually he did block her, which she was upset. But anyways, the day of UA, all basically everyone like Ochako, Bakugo, Kirishima, Manzu, Akami, basically 02, and and Zuku are there, all 6. And it's basically they all look at each other. It says, well, let's wish us luck. And basically they all say, we don't need luck. They all kind of chuckle. So they all call Akami 02 because, well, that was Zuku's nickname and it suited her. She basically liked the number 0 because it was infinite, and she always had something, always 2 things. It was like that's her thing. She always had something to 2 pencils, 2 bags of 2 bags of snacks. Heck, even like 2 cookies always. So they just called her 02. And basically, so they basically said, well, they call her 0 or 2 or 02, and she didn't really mind. So basically, Ochako goes, so 02. Are we gonna go anywhere? After this? She goes, no, I'm just gonna go home and nap. I haven't slept since a couple of days. I found out about that not too long ago. I can stay up for multiple days without sleep. It's only 4 max, and then I have to sleep for the next 5 hours, which Bakugo just kind of chuckles. He's like, alright, Zero. Basically, let's get this show on the road. So yeah, so basically the Ram portion aced. Everyone aced it. Suku kind of noticed the mistakes. If you're wondering about, Yarozu, aka Manzu, he did not take the recommendation. He worked on his quirk, he worked on his physical abilities, and he got stronger. So, oh yeah, Mina was already there. That's why she was not with Kirishima. And yeah, so anyways, so basically, the fine portion. The whole thing doesn't happen with Ida because it's like, hey, he's just not gonna bug, Midoriya at all because I don't want him to. So anyways, so yeah, so during the fighting portion, Izuku's just looking around and such, just not even caring, and Araka's technically not nervous because Bakugo they give her a pep talk before this all happened. So though, basically, Bakugo's not even in this area. He's with Shoka. Actually, no, Shoka would have, taken the recommendation. He's with, well, Manzu. He was like, so man, you think Izuku's gonna win? Manzu just shrugs, be like, probably. I mean, I am a Yarozu, but I ain't gonna freaking say I'm overpowered just because of my quirk. You know how Silverfang is. He was one of the top 3 or top 2 heroes back in the day. So, yeah, I'm not going to, which Baku nods and says, let's just pray he doesn't get like over 600 points. So, in general, what happens is, when basically the doors are open, Izuku just dashed right through, along for Araka. Everyone say, hey, that's cheating, and Prismatic says, there's no countdowns in a villain fight. You just have to go, 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 and fight on. And basically, I just changed it because I wanted to change it, so yeah. So basically, when they get in, Izuku's just basically just punching every robot that comes his way, kicking them out of the way. Basically, he's just ripping them to shreds like they're just paper. Aizawa is shocked, along with All Might. Nezu is even surprised too, because, well, he also corrected some of the, mistakes on the test. So, basically, Aizawa was like, who is this kid? And All Might's like, yes, who is he? And yes, basically, Hasashi Goro Midoriya is well known throughout Japan. So, like I said, it's one of the greatest heroes. So basically, they say, Izuku Midoriya? Is Sashi's kid. I mean, we knew he was. Well, he didn't really say anything he had a kid, but. Wow. He's just like his father. Quirk, indomitable monster? Well, what the freak? Oh, yes, the monster cells. Now I remember. Which, All Might's like, huh? So basically, Aizawa was like, how many points does he have? Basically, Izuku took down already 10 3-pointers, 10 2-pointers, and basically 15 1-pointers. So basically, he has 120 and plus 15, so 35. He has 135 points already. It's only been like 12 minutes. Not even 12 minutes. Only been 4 minutes, which everyone's shocked. So he says, well, give them a couple of more minutes. Let's see how many points this young man can get. And Araka, basically, if you guys are wondering, did Araka get any training from Silverfang? Yes, she did. But with more of her quirk. He basically realized that, his martial arts are good, but he has to adapt to the people with quirks, so yes. So basically, Araka gets a lot more points in canon. And heck, even her and basically, Izuku basically help out people, to get away from safety. So they even get a lot more points, which everyone's kind of shocked. Midnight just well, Midnight's there too. She's just, well, kind of shocked how fast this kid's moving. In which it's like, as I was like, you remember Sashi, right? She goes, yeah. I mean, I did try to date him one time, but he said no. Which she goes, yeah. Anyways, Sashi is technically was always, well, always determined to beat All Might. So, basically All Might Chuck was like, yes, his will to fight, always keep on fighting me in almost anything was, well, remarkable. He always got stronger after every fight. I always had to keep up and train myself. So basically, All Might, yeah, since All Might trained himself a lot more, he technically would have been a lot more stronger than the canon. Even if he is weakened only by 3 hours, his 3 hours are still enough to freaking, like, okay, imagine this. He can take down the Nomu not in 1,000 punches or 100. He can take down the Nomu in 50. But for simplicity's sake, he's always holding back because of one reason. Hasashi was just really, really always just good at freaking fighting, so he had to get stronger. So anyways, so basically, by the time they look at Izuku's points, he's already past 300. He's 399. But then all of a sudden they see freaking another 3 points. 300, well, 402. Which then the Nezu's like, 0-pointer. Which, as I was like, wait, what? Wait, I don't know what's even like, Nezu, are you? He goes, yep, 0-pointer. And then he brings out the 0-pointer as well. What happened is, hold on, I need to double check something real quick. Alright. So, anyways, so basically, since the 0-pointer came out, Izuku basically, sees rubble come running on. If you're wondering about where 02 is, she's where, Katsumi is. So, yeah. Anyways, so basically, the 0-pointer, about to, crush some people, well, about to crush someone, as basically Izuku basically somehow appears on, basically at pure speed, gets her out of the way and tells her to run, and basically Ochako's nearby, helping out people if they need to get away, as he's like, Ochako! Get the rubble! Make a pathway to the 0-pointer's head! Basically, she nods. And so she done that while basically he's helping out some more people. She says, Izuku ready, basically, and, well, Izuku just starts hopping on each platform. Just very skilled, very precise movements, which that's shocking everyone. As when Izuku basically gets up to the 0-pointer's head, he does, well, wait, I just want to double check again. Water stream rock smashing fist, basically, and he just starts beating down the robot's head. Basically, it's indenting the metal of the robot's head, and then basically with just one swift kick, his will makes him, like I said, stronger than most people. But through this, it did. Like, everyone was seeing something was there, and then when he kicked it, that aura made a figure was followed Izuku's movements, and basically just send the 0-pointer head off of its body. And well, because of the shock, because of the kick, the force of it was bringing the 0-point down backwards, and then the head flew off to exactly the same time, and it was sent flying. And when basically he kind of lands because Ochako already got a platform for him just to land on, and then she said release, and he jumped off before even hitting the ground. And basically he just walks over and goes, thanks for the save back there. He goes, no problem. Very nice. He goes like, yeah, I know. She does ask, so what was that? He goes like, oh yeah, remember I never told you about that. Yeah, my mom said my dad always had some type of aura figure come around him every time he was taking the fight seriously. And this one was kind of serious because it was a big, giant robot. She nods in agreement. So, yeah, after that, everything goes to canon. They get all their letters. All Might congratulate him on getting becoming the very first student to ever get 500. Well, Actually, to get 450 points. Reasons why? My math is off. I don't really care. Well, actually, because he kept on helping out saving, rescue points added into it, yeah, he would get almost 400. I mean, he got 450, but, that's the rough guess. So he almost got 500, basically. So, anyways, when Izuku basically gets in the UA, everything there would go into canon. He basically, he knows about his dad. So when he gets to UA, he says, "Alright, Dad, it's about to see what you went through when you were here in training. Hope I can make you proud." And he just walks basically into the door of Class 1A, and he sees Bakugo and Katsumi. Katsumi is arguing with Bakugo about, he's saying, "That idiot Deku won't come here." And he goes, "It's Izuku, and he will come here." He's probably got the most points out of everyone in this classroom because of the test. I wouldn't. Speak of the devil. Sup, bro? Which Kirishima was like, "Bro!" And, Monzu just like, bro. All three of them just feel it. He was like, and then he just smacks his head, like, face palm himself, and he was like, "And I have 3 idiots for friends." Izuku says, and they all chuckle at that. And so he just goes up saying, "Yeah, I got in." Basically, they even ask. I mean, they tell him how many points they got, and he just smirks and says, "I'll tell you later." He didn't notice Aizawa was there, but So, well, he's not gonna say nothing. So anyways, Izuku basically, talking and chatting, Ochako gets there. She goes over Sentatsu, basically Bakugo. Katsumi and Shoka are confused. They like, "This isn't Deku." But the hair is saying it is. And then basically, Denki Kaminari says, "Yo man, my name's Denki Kaminari, what's yours?" He was like, "Izuku Midoriya." It's not really a big deal. You didn't really come over and say hi and stuff. He was like, just trying to make friends." He goes, "I know, man. I have trouble with trusting people nowadays, if you don't mind. He was like, "Let me guess. Something bad happened in the past? Some friends weren't really friends, or girlfriend cheated on you or something?" It's like, "That's oddly specific." He was like, "Yeah, I know. It's happened to a couple of friends of mine." It's like, "Ah, I see." So he was like, "Yeah." So, anyways, by the way, why are those two staring at you like they're in disbelief? He goes, he looks back and he sees, not comment up, what Kaminari is talking about. He goes, "Oh yeah, those two are just, what's that word you called it? Ever called them, like, call people Bakugo? Not Bakugo, Kachan? It's like, extras? Yeah, those two are just extras." Which, Kaminari's like, okay. Mina, enters along with 02. And, well, Mina then, basically sees, Kirishima. She runs over then to him and hugs him. And he goes, "Hi, babe." And he was like, "Hey, Mina, what's up?" There's nothing much, just ran into 02. Well, basically, she didn't know, but they talked about, the nickname, and she introduced herself as Akami, no last name, and I can't give it, but, basically, nickname 02. And then, Mina was like, "Oh, you're the one who my friend, Nezuko and, Kirishima and Manzu always talked about." She does not. And she goes, "It's great to finally meet you. It's nice to meet you too. So, you're Mina Ashido, right? Kirishima told me about you a little." So, they kind of were having just girl talk. And, just when they got into the class, that all stopped. So, Katsumi's kind of heartbroken that, Kirishima moved on. And basically Mina's, well, just happy. It's basically Bakugo's like, "Crap, you were right. I owe you 20,000 yen." And basically, he just takes out his wallet as Mr. Kube has his hand out. He's like, "Thank you for, keeping your end of the bet." And he's like, "Break." So, he's just happy, Izuku noises. But anyways, Akami just comes over, sits in front of Izuku. Because they kind of just stay in like a little squad. So, basically Kominor is a part of it now. Anyways, so basically after everyone's talking, Izuku just tells his friends just be quiet. The teacher's about to come up from behind the desk. And they don't ever question when Izuku is, saying stuff like that. Even though it sounds weird, really weird, they're not questioning it. So they all be quiet, then basically the teacher comes out, and well, he just says, alright everyone, my name is, Shoto Aizawa. I'm basically the underground hero, and, I'm gonna be your next teacher for the next 3 years, so, here's the thing, we're gonna have a little quirk test, you could say. Be outside with these, basically, uniforms on, and let's get this started. I want to take a nap. And so, before anything happens, Izuku gets up, and right away, I think, everyone's kind of wondering why, but they all know. Ochako says so. No orientation, no basically announcements to the principal, in which, basically, Azawa says, "Yep, that's not happening. Heroes waste no time." So she nods. So they all get their uniforms for the gym. The scene happens where, in the locker room, which, well, let's just say this. Izuku, basically the uniform basically was made, was made with material with a stretch. So, yeah. Basically, Kirishima was like, okay, how did you get that look so quickly? How can you be so strong, but yet look so skinny exactly at the same time? It's like, you mean muscular or skinny? He's like, yeah. Trust me, a lot of training helps. Medetta in this one, I don't want to say he does anything. He just says, "Oh, there's a peephole." I'll tell Aizawa. So yeah, that's all he just says. So anyways, what happens is, when everyone gets outside, he goes, "All right, the first place comes up. Kasumi thinks it's her. Then he says Izuku Midoriya. She is shot. He comes over. She goes, basically, how? How you got first place in the combat portion? You're quirkless." And he goes, "Mr. Aizawa, should I tell them who my father is? Since all heroes know because he's such a great hero." He's like, that's what it says in the books. The hero hunter Goro. In which, as I was sizing, like, alright, listen up. If you guys don't know, most heroes don't reveal their true names to the public because they keep their family safe. Or loved ones. Girlfriends, whatever. Here's the thing, this boy here is Izuku Midoriya. As you all know, some of you know who knew him. You probably don't know this. His father's name was Hisashi Goro Midoriya, which some people, his friends, didn't know besides Bakugo and Ochako, because, they would have said it. And she would have came over and, met Inko and such. So, yeah. Izuku was the third wheel in the relationship, but he was, always welcome to always hang out. So, it wasn't, bad. So, anyways. So, basically, he says, that means he was the hero that died not that long, not that many years ago, to the second strongest villain in Japan or even the world. We don't know how strong he was, but Sashi Goro Midoriya defeated him. Basically, his name was Goro, the hero hunter, as he hunted down fake heroes. And the reason why so much heroes nowadays don't go out of line. Basically made a staple in the hero world. So, yeah. Basically, Katsumi, Shoka are shot, and then then he says, also, basically his old man and him had the same type of quirk. Indomitable will, basically. It was dormant. So that means his father was quirkless until awoken. Out of a strain of motion, basically it woke up when he was in middle school. First year. And then he asks, so when were you able to wake up your quirk? It was last day of middle school. I see. Yes, your quirk is a lot more stronger by the reports. It says indomitable monster will. We all know why. All top 10 or every hero that's above rank 20 knows. Which, he nods and says, and technically I'm an underground hero, but even I have clearance to know what your father did to basically get as strong as he was in that fight. So Izuku nods. He goes, so what do you want me to do? Throw it all my strength? He goes, yep. Throw it all your strength and don't hold back. Show anyone who said you were quirkless why you're stronger now than you was before. And so, when Izuku throws it, there is gonna be a shockwave, but because of his quirk, he's always always has the will just to get stronger, to always improve himself in anything. He's basically always getting strong, even when he's walking. So let's just give him, he's gonna not be. He is a human with just superhuman strength, but since his quirk active, it does give him, that little strength. He wants to get stronger, his quirk will activate and make him stronger. So let's just say he gets around a good 899. Yeah, 899 sounds a good place to put it. Maybe even more. But let's learn now, 899. So as I was impressed, he says his old man can only get 700. Izuku shrugged, I mean, I'm a lot stronger than him because of it. He was like, yeah. I mean, at the end of the year, your dad was able to get 1,000. You'll probably get 2,000. It's like, nice. So, after that, Bakugo, Katsumi, everyone else goes. Uraraka beat him with Infinity, but he knew that, so he's in second. And, after that, everything goes to canon. Izuku still wins. Katsumi and Shoko are shocked. And, Akami just says, that's Izuku for you. Always denying the impossible. Which, it kind of, everyone, the friend group kind of chuckles. Because in this one, to them, deku means deny the impossible. Which, technically speaking, Izuku kind of is the impossible. So yeah. So, Katsumi and Shoko are shocked. He just looks at them and says, so, who's the useless one now? And just walks away, from them. Aizawa says, alright everyone, go get change, and you guys can go home. I need a nap, as he walks away saying that. So yeah, so that's where we ended off. I hope you guys have a nice day, night, wherever you are. Bye everyone. Have a nice anything. See ya.